Welcome to this next video as we continue our walk through our constitution. In this particular video, we're going to be talking about membership meetings. Now, beginning with its purpose, it's very important to understand the purpose of membership meetings is for church-wide communication, specifically about the various ministries taking place and to conduct the business of the church. Now, this typically involves an update from different ministries, testimonies, and a celebration of what the Lord is doing in our midst. Now, it's important to understand that we operate upon a vision and a mission. Our vision as a church is that we are an international body of believers that strive together to establish a gospel-centered community and bond by the increase of love for God, for each other, and for others. So when we look at member meetings are us simply coming together to celebrate what the Lord has done in our midst, to anticipate what He will do, and to organize ourselves accordingly. So this also involves structure. And much like a vine needs a trellis to grow well, ministry requires some structure to support its growth. And that filters down into things like processes or budgets. Therefore, we have church business. This is the organizational aspect of things. By church business, we simply mean things like reviewing the previous year's financial statements, or present and approve the budget, or elect positions of leadership. Now, there are certain things that can only be decided by vote at an official member meeting. Some of these things are, for example, calling and dismissing a pastor, confirming or dismissing an elder or administrative team member or a trustee. Things like decisions about membership in the church, approval of the annual budget, approval of the financial statements, or remuneration of elders or administrative team members. Other things are also critical, changes to this constitution or its bylaws. In order to make any changes to the constitution, once it's accepted and in place, it requires official voting at an official members' meeting. So how are meetings structured? Firstly, meetings will be held regularly. So by this we mean at least semi-annually, with one expected during the first 4 months of each year, and that being primarily to present and confirm the budget for that year. On the topic of budget, I feel it is important to clarify that it is a faith budget. What this means is that we don't operate like a business with financial projections for the new year based upon previous financial years, but we prayerfully consider what the Lord is doing and prayerfully prepare our budget to match that. For a meeting to be valid, it requires 50% quorum, i.e. the majority of the members need to be present. If quorum is not reached, it simply means that the meeting will be rescheduled. And then lastly, non-members are welcome to attend, but they do not have the right to vote. Before any members' meeting takes place, all members need to be informed at least 2 weeks beforehand. And this is done through announcement in the regular worship service and by written invitation. This entails details of when the meeting will take place, as well as the meeting agenda. During a meeting, there are a number of different things. First and foremost, having meetings with large group can very quickly get chaotic. So to make sure everyone present has an opportunity to present, to comment, to ask questions, we adopt Robert's Rules of Order. And these are followed for order and process in all meetings. These are simply to ensure that meetings proceed in an orderly fashion. And the meeting chairperson, although they can deviate from them, they may at any time use the rules to maintain an effective process of meeting. Membership meetings will generally be called and moderated by an elder or the chairperson of the admin team. The administrative team needs to make sure that all decisions in each member meeting is recorded in the minutes and also archived. On matters that require voting, a simple majority is required. For this, counting by show of hands is carried out and is counted by a counting team of 2 members. When it comes to things that are a little bit more sensitive or concerning people, it is a written ballot, which is then tallied and counted by 3 members. The ballots for these are prepared in advance by the administrative team, and the ballots get handed out at the beginning of any meeting where it's required, and gets checked off in conjunction with the member list in order to make sure that we have the right amount of people voting and that matches up with the votes actually counted. Subsequent to every members meeting, the minutes and decisions that are made are then communicated to all members by the administrative team. Member meetings are more than just business. Also remember that member meetings should be a priority for members. After all, member meetings need members to be present in order to be a members meeting. We are IBC Bonn, and as I said before, we're an international body of believers that are striving together to establish a gospel-centered community here in Bonn. We do so by the increase of love for God, for one another, and for others.